Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Venus and Adonis, and for those of you that want to hear about a goddess seducing a mortal man, today we're going to take a look at stanzas 121 to 124. So the seduction has already happened. It happened, in the middle of the forest, whatever, and then once it was over, she was like, am I going to see you again tomorrow? And he's like, no, I'm going boar hunting. And she freaked out because boars are very dangerous animals, and she's now afraid that he's going to die. So she was pleading with him to please chase any other kind of animal, hunt any other kind of animal, just not a boar. And while you're out there hunting, maybe pay attention to what the rabbit's doing, because it knows how to avoid being caught. It'll disguise itself amongst other animals to hide its scent and all this sort of stuff. And while she's talking at him, and I say at him because we're pretty sure he's not listening at this point, he's wriggling and trying to get away. And she's like, just hang out for another minute. And he's like, no, it's the end of the day. My friends are expecting me. The sun's gonna come up soon. It's the night's over. And she's like, no, night's not over, and night is where desire lives. And then in stanza 121, she continues on saying, but if thou fall, oh, then imagine this, the earth in love with thee, thy footing trips, and all is but to rob thee of a kiss. Rich praise make true men thieves. So do thy lips make modest Diane cloudy and forlorn, lest she should steal a kiss and die forsworn. Now of this dark night I perceive the reason. Cynthia for shame obscures her silver shine, till forging nature be condemned of treason, for stealing molds from heaven that were divine, wherein she framed thee, in high heaven's despite, to shame the sun by day and her by night. And therefore hath she bribed the destinies to cross the curious workmanship of nature, to mingle beauty with infirmities and pure perfection with impure defeature, making it subject to the tyranny of mad mischances and much misery, as burning fevers, agues pale and faint, life-poisoning pestilence and frenzies wood, the marrow-eating sickness, whose attaint disorder breeds by heating of the blood, surfeits, imposthumes, grief, and damned despair, swear nature's death for framing thee so fair. So he was saying that if he runs away from her, he might trip and fall because it's dark outside and he can't see anything. And she starts out by saying, oh, but if you trip and fall, it's just because the earth is in love with you and wants you to smack your face against it, because then it gets a kiss. Everybody wants a kiss from you, even the moon. And then she's like, oh my God, that's why tonight is so dark, because the sort of goddesses of the moon, Diana and Cynthia, she's like, Cynthia, this goddess of the moon, is hiding herself because she's ashamed of how beautiful you are. You were forged out of these perfect molds from heaven that they weren't supposed to have taken, and Cynthia is ashamed of that. So that's why she, this moon, is not coming out. And and she's wanting you to trip and fall, to mix beauty with ugliness, to offset the perfection with some imperfections, because everything in nature is essentially angry that you're so beautiful, is sort of what this is getting at. So it's an interesting way to try to get a lover to stay, when he's like, if I run away, I might fall. And she's like, yeah, all of nature is mad at you because you're so pretty. So if you fall down, you're kissing the earth, and maybe that's a good thing. Or something. Anyway, she's not done trying to persuade him to stay. She's rather verbose, that Venus. And we'll get to hear more from her in tomorrow's stanzas. I'll see you then. Mwah.